Yeah, hello, this is Dave from cheapbooks.com playing World of Tanks. The tank I am playing is the Panther 8.8 centimeter. It's a German Tier 8 premium medium tank, and the map is mines. You'll notice it's an encounter map. Medium tanks are good for flanking. I like to try and flank no matter what tank I play. I usually don't play a tank. You know, if it's a heavy tank, I don't play by all the stupid rules you hear when people say, "Oh, heavy tanks go to city." You know, I don't care about anything like that. You know, I play the way I want to play, and I play more based on the speed and the reload time and what my goal is and things like that. So there's a lot of enemy tanks here. Another rule that I have: if you see enemy tanks, you got to go after them. You know, I don't ignore them. I saw a lot of tanks, so I decided to go after them. My original plan was probably to head towards the cap to flank enemy tanks. The last thing you want to do is head out to your destination and not find anyone. So if I see red dots on the map, I turn around and I chase after them. You'll note that I'm using the gold rounds, the premium rounds, and the reason why is because it is a premium tank. I will probably earn back the money, and when I do use gold rounds, I tend to be a little bit more accurate. Don't waste any shots. You'll notice that there's no enemy artillery. When there's enemy artillery, right now I'm moving in this direction and in that direction. For when there's enemy artillery, you want to guess. I'm going to point on the map where the artillery is. There's 3 buildings in the K7 area. Let's see if I can highlight it. Oh, no, I can't. So there's 3 buildings over in this direction, forward on the camera. You want to move laterally, because when you move horizontally, the artillery can't aim at you. Their aim will have to keep changing again and again and again. If you move towards the artillery and away from the artillery, they can aim at you very quickly. So you don't want to do that. Number 2, this tank is far away from me. If he moves backwards and forwards, I don't have to re-aim. I can keep shooting at him. But if he were to move horizontally across the map, they're more difficult to hit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep moving so it's more difficult for him to hit me. I'm hoping that if he shoots at me, he's going to miss. And you'll notice that when I shot at him, I stopped a split second before I fired so that it would aim in a little bit more accurately. Now we know that there's a tank in front of us. You know, I locked onto him real quickly while I was heading for the rock. This is a flanking maneuver. Now, there's a dead tank in front of me. When you play a low tier with a fast tank, what you do is you keep on driving and you do circles around the enemy. But I couldn't do it because there was another tank here. There's another tank here. So I stopped and I reversed. But basically it was a technique that I learned from playing light tanks. And I might do the same with him. I'm going to keep on driving and pick up speed. Keep on driving as much as you can. You can see that someone's capping the base. You want to check to see where your allies are. You'll note that I changed the angle of my tank so that the gun is pointing over the corner of the tank. This means that he's going to see this, which gives me good angling. It'll deflect easily off the side or the front of the tank. Obviously, a better angle might be more like that. It's a very good habit to learn. Sometimes when I drive forward, I zigzag. So obviously I had to shoot manually because the auto-aim would have been blocked by the slope of the land. Now when you have an enemy in this type of situation, He's hiding behind solid ground, and you're out in the open. The key is to get close to him. When you get close to him, he won't have an advantage anymore. And the other thing to do, if he's over there, you want to drive in that direction. Because when you drive in that direction, he's going to be driving horizontally, and you drive horizontally in the opposite direction. It's difficult for him to lock onto you. When I'm driving at this angle, it's easier for him to get a shot in at me. If I had driven horizontally in that direction, then he would have to drive further in the opposite direction in order to get a shot at me. So you can see it's 13-4. Obviously, I ammo racked that tank. I'm using regular rounds. I thought I had the premium rounds loaded before. I must have, because obviously I fired some. I usually have an equal number of the regular rounds and premium rounds, and then around 10 of the high explosive rounds. And I switch frequently, depending on who I'm up against and whether it's a higher tier game. You know, if it's a higher tier game, I load gold rounds, especially if it's a premium tank. The other thing is, you usually fire, with a typical tank, you're going to fire around 10 shots per game, kind of average. It might be different with autoloaders and with rapid fire guns, but 10 shots per game is pretty good. So you can do 10 regular, 10 gold rounds, and 10 high explosives, and well, actually more like 15, 15, and 15, and usually you'll be pretty even. Okay, so obviously we won the game. It was 15-4. I got 6 kills in this game, so I got the top gun. That was the Panther, 8.8 centimeter. It's a Tier 8 German medium tank, got 6 kills, and the map was mine. If you have any questions or comments, please post below.